Welcome back. In our last lesson, we introduced generative AI and saw why traditional inventory methods are breaking. Today, we're diving into the first major practical application, creating better forecasts using GenAI to predict customer demand. Your sales data only tells part of the story. Generative AI can analyze unstructured data. This is information that doesn't fit in a spreadsheet, like news articles, weather forecasts, and social media posts. It finds connections between this external information and your sales. For example, a GenAI system could see a heat wave is forecast for the Southwest. It could then automatically increase the demand forecast for air conditioners in that region. A simple spreadsheet could never do that. This allows us to go beyond just sales history. Remember in our last lesson, we talked about synthetic data? Using synthetic data for new products is a powerful tool. Imagine launching a new vegan, gluten-free snack bar. A GenAI tool can search for data on thousands of similar products in the market. It analyzes how other vegan snacks performed, considering factors like price point and consumer trends. Based on this, it generates a detailed forecast. This gives you a much better starting point for your inventory planning. Let's look at a case study. A fashion retailer struggled with forecasting winter coat sales. They tried a GenAI tool. The AI didn't just look at their past sales, it also analyzed fashion blogs and social media trends. It identified that a specific style of oversized coat was trending. It recommended increasing the order for that style. The company followed the advice. The oversized coat was a bestseller. They sold through their inventory with minimal leftover stock. This led to a 30% reduction in end-of-season markdowns. Next, let's look at safety stock. Most companies use a standard formula for safety stock. This formula assumes customer demand and supplier lead time are stable. In the real world, they aren't. A reliable supplier might have production issues. A stable product might suddenly become popular. A static formula means you are either carrying too much inventory just in case or not enough to handle a real disruption. Generative AI changes safety stock from a fixed number to a dynamic one. It constantly monitors real-time signals and reevaluates the right buffer level. If the AI detects news of rising port congestion, it can automatically increase the safety stock for items from that region. If a supplier improves its delivery rate, it might recommend reducing safety stock. As the document puts it, static safety stock is a flat line. Dynamic safety stock moves up and down to intelligently respond to what's happening now. The other big advantage is granularity. A person cannot set a unique safety stock level for every product, but an AI can. It analyzes each SKU individually. It might decide a high-volume item from a reliable domestic supplier needs only 3 days of safety stock, but a specialty item from an overseas supplier needs 25 days. This granular approach is far more efficient. It ensures your inventory investment is placed exactly where it's needed. For example, a bicycle retailer used to keep 14 days of safety stock for all bikes. A GenAI system would handle two models differently. For Model A, the commuter bike, made domestically with a stable supply chain, GenAI might recommend a lean safety stock of 5 days. But for Model B, the mountain bike, which uses components from an overseas supplier with frequent delays, it might recommend a larger safety stock of 20 days. With AI, the retailer holds less of the safe product and more of the risky one. They reduce total inventory while being better protected from a stock out on the more volatile product. Today, we explored how generative AI creates superior demand forecasts. It does this by analyzing a wide range of data beyond just sales history, like social media and weather. We also learned how GenAI moves from risky, static safety stock formulas to dynamic, SKU-specific buffers. This helps you optimize your inventory investment. We saw practical examples of how this leads to reduced markdowns and better protection against stockouts. Next, we will look at how GenAI simulates supply chain scenarios and automates replenishment tasks, bringing us closer to a truly smart supply chain. Welcome back for our final lesson on optimizing inventory with generative AI. We've covered challenges, forecasting, and safety stock. Now let's look at advanced risk management, simulating supply chain scenarios. Think of this as a flight simulator for your supply chain. It is a computer model of your real-world operations, technically called a digital twin. It knows about your suppliers, shipping routes, and warehouses. Once this model exists, you can use generative AI to ask what-if questions. Then you see the results without any real-world cost or risk. For instance, an inventory manager can ask the AI in plain English, simulate the impact if our main packaging supplier in Vietnam shuts down for 3 weeks starting next Monday. The AI runs the scenario. It generates a report. This report might show that production of your top products will stop in 12 days, with a potential revenue loss of $500,000. It might even suggest alternate suppliers. This turns a potential crisis into a manageable problem. This capability helps build a resilient supply chain. This leads us to smarter ordering. Generative AI can take its improved demand forecast, its dynamic safety stock calculation, and current inventory levels. Then, it automatically generates a draft purchase order. This removes the tedious work of calculating order quantities for thousands of items. Instead of spending hours in spreadsheets, an analyst can spend their time reviewing the AI's suggestions and managing exceptions. The key is how you talk to your AI through prompts. The more detail you provide in your questions, the better the result. For example, a good prompt would be, generate a draft purchase order to maintain a 98% service level and send it to me for approval. This is specific and gives clear instructions. Importantly, automation does not mean removing people. As the document states, automation does not mean removing people. It means changing their role from doing manual calculations to making strategic decisions. Think of the AI as a powerful assistant. It does the heavy lifting, then presents a recommendation for your review. This human-in-the-loop approach combines AI's speed with your experience and judgment. Now, let's talk about implementation. You have a clear, actionable roadmap. The first step is a readiness checklist. Do you have clean data? Is there a clear problem to solve? Do you have leadership support and resources? Once ready, start small with a pilot project. Pick one product category or one warehouse. Set a clear, measurable goal. For example, improve forecast accuracy by 15% for our top 50 SKUs next quarter. Define success metrics clearly. Next, choose your tools. Buy an off-the-shelf solution, often fastest for a pilot, or build a custom solution for more flexibility. For most, buying is practical to start. Then you need to make the business case to your boss. Define the problem in financial terms. Briefly describe your pilot. State the investment. Project the financial benefit. For example, a 15% reduction in stockouts could recover $30,000 in lost sales in the first quarter. Finally, scale up and avoid common pitfalls like unrealistic expectations or data silos. Plan for ongoing maintenance. This roadmap empowers you to begin your GenAI journey. We've covered how generative AI is a practical tool. It is solving real supply chain problems today. It helps you create better forecasts, build smarter safety stock buffers, test your plans against future disruptions, and automate reordering. This frees you to focus on what's important. The benefits are clear: reduced carrying costs, fewer stockouts, and a more agile supply chain. This technology empowers you and your team. It handles complex analysis so you can be more strategic. The future of your supply chain is one where decisions are driven by insight, not guesswork. The first step is the most important. Use the readiness checklist we just discussed. Start a conversation with your team about a small pilot project. The journey to smarter shelves starts now. Thank you for joining us on this series. We hope this guide helps you transform your inventory management.